subscribe to Cal Culture Radio. You have not done so yet. Please make sure you hit that like button. If you have not done so yet, please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Because remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. You already know, guys. How's it going, man? How y'all been? How was y'all weekend?
Chilling, chilling. What about you?
Hey, weekend's been doing well. Can't complain. I'm here. I'm here. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go. Hey, Just Jay, how's it going, man? First one here. Okay, hey, welcome, Sunshine. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead, do your thing. Sunshine is in the house.
All right, yo. What's going on, people? What's going on? Hope y'all having a wonderful day. Y'all see the topic at hand. Marriage declining in America would be the thing of the past. I was watching O'Shea do Jackson video yesterday about I don't know y'all heard about the Davis bridals the bridal which they buy dresses and stuff. They just filed for bankruptcy not too long ago. And the thing about it is the reason they filed for bankruptcy is they seen a decline in sales and women buying dresses, and that just tells me the marriage is still declining and everything. So I was looking at it and also reading an article how people gonna lose their jobs and how a lot of stores go close down. And then by looking at that, I look at the stats on how marriage is. The marriage rate, is continuing going down. It's been going down since I believe the 1970s. And if you look at the stats and everything, it's continuing to go down and go down and go down. So it just tells what is marriage will look like the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Are we going to see a decline? And it's going to be at the thing as in rarity is marriage is thing as a past, because like here today, like for me, I've been married for a while. My anniversary is coming up pretty soon. It's coming up on the second. 3 years of marriage, so I'm happy about that. But anyways, I go out and everything. Me and my wife go out and everything, and you don't see anybody that's married like that. And also, look at us. How we've been together for a long time. We tell them, how long we've been married, how long we've been together. People are shocked about that. They think it's like, wow, wow, that's crazy. That's shocking because like I said, people don't know a lot of people that's married in a circle, in friends or family, anything like that. So, I think it's something that we'll talk about. Marriage still worth saving? Is everybody really ditching marriage? That's pretty much the question that we don't probably need to ask about this. So I have two videos that Akeem gonna play for you, a couple videos that we're gonna play for y'all, and after that we're gonna chop it up. Go ahead, Akeem.
According to the CDC, the current marriage rate in the U.S. is the lowest level since the U.S. government began keeping marriage records for the country back in 1867.
Our own Nick Galucio spoke to a local expert on the psychological and social factors that go into relationships and how they've changed in recent years.
People are much more accepting of being unmarried adults.
Erin Alexander is a doctoral candidate in the Marriage and Family Study Lab at Binghamton University. Alexander says a recent change in culture has changed the dynamics of marriage.
It's been kind of a cultural shift in that it's more acceptable to be unmarried in our society today than it was 50 years ago or even like 20 years ago.
It's not just the rate of marriage which has fallen.
The rate of being in a relationship has also actually decreased a little bit. There are more single people than there were in the past.
Alexander says there are multiple reasons for this shift, including the way culture sees monogamy and a change in people's hopes and dreams for their future.
People are accessing education more, so they're prioritizing some of those things like education and career in their younger adult years before kind of moving into, I have to get married right now.
Fear is another factor keeping those from tying the knot. The fear of wondering if there is more out there for an individual.
And there's kind of this unconscious calculus going on around like can I be doing better than this, or is this really the best that I am able to have and the best that I want right now?
Alexander says if you are in a rough place in your relationship, quitting is not the only option. There are effective ways to repair what you may think is broken.
And there is, like I said, there is hope. There are therapies that are shown to work well and to get relationships back into a more satisfying place.
In Broome County, Nick Galucio, 12 News.
It's one of the go-to shops for a wedding or special occasion dress. David's Bridal is planning for bankruptcy to restructure heavy debt.
Kind of sad to see them file Chapter 11. I bought in a couple bridesmaid dresses from there and had nothing but good service. So,
promising to continue with orders, customer appointments, and business as usual in 300 stores, the only note on the door for shoppers displays holiday hours. David's Bridal vows to stay open. We weren't able to ask the company questions today, but the CEO did share a video response to customers.
David's Bridal has been the leader in the wedding industry for over 60 years. During that time, we've seen a lot of things change. Fashion trends, where brides find inspiration, and how customers shop.
Brick and mortar stores are in trouble. Everybody does everything the old mail order way.
more online, more boutiques.
Fewer weddings focus on the traditional dress, but for decades, bridesmaids have gathered at shops for fittings, stitching together memories as fond as the bride's wedding day. The Natick store not very busy on Friday afternoon.
There was more people working than there was in there.
David's Bridal is still accepting new orders and promising on-time deliveries.
We are, and will continue to be, open for business and hope to see you soon.
Now, the hope is that this financial reorg brings some financial flexibility, sustaining them into the future. But there's been some steep competition, especially from the advent of dress rental companies. Live in Natick, Rondella Richardson, WCVB News Center 5.
That's how it is. So before I'm pass to you guys, I'm giving y'all a few stats in here about from marriage from the past 50 years. So since the past 50 years, marriage has plummeted nearly 60%. That's a lot, 60%. Also according to studies, their marriage rate from the 1970s was at like a 76.5 rate. Today in 2023, it stands over at 31%. Also, study shows the groups seeing the biggest decline of people getting married included Hispanic and Black women. The number of Hispanic women getting married went down 33%, and the number of Black women getting married dropped 6% over the last 50 years. So it's really something to talk about. It looks like it's going to keep on declining. I'm gonna pass it to you guys. What y'all think about this topic. Do y'all really see that marriage is going to be a thing of the past?
Hey, shout out to Brownie Ellie. Brownie Ellie, what's going on, sweetheart? Welcome. Gold is in the house. Welcome. And shout out to everybody that's watching us also on Facebook. Thank you guys. Your presence always welcome here. Well, I already spoke about this numerous times on the aspect of how people not really, marriage is no longer attracted to people anymore. And not only that, people don't really want to get married anymore. It's just something that is not a trend. Back in the day, it was a trend. Everybody was like, oh, you need to get married because when you're married, you pretty much generate wealth. You pretty much build a family. You pretty much build a legacy. They don't want that. When I mean they don't want that. I mean, the power be don't want that, because think about it. If two people come together, that's how another way you go. Come on, another way you can build wealth. That's another way for you to actually take yourself out of the form of the middle class and put yourself in a high, and pretty much in a higher class. Prime example: if you marry somebody that's making 50, if a woman making 50, you making 50, that's like at least 100K combined total of both incomes. So they don't want that. So by them not wanting that, it put us right back into the total hole of pretty much the struggle. So, and I'm gonna be pretty much honest with you guys. Marriage pretty much no longer. It's just not attractive. It's like You know, people nowadays say, "Oh, that's my wife." People say, "So," you know, back in the day, it used to be attractive. You feel like, "Oh, that's your wife and that's your husband." It'd be like, "Oh, very." It seemed like it would be like a very like a pretty much a precious thing. You tell people that now, they be like, "Okay, you're married, so what?" And now that we have people that are married, pretty much cheating on their significant other with someone that's not married. There you go. You also lose value. But I know you're going to do more of a deep dive, but that's just my opening statement on that. Go ahead, I can.
Definitely. So I want to approach it from a point like this. We had a good run. And I'm saying this situation is a multi-layered thing. Before I get into this, shout outs to Gore, shout outs to Brownie, shout outs to Just J, Sunflower. Now, things shifted, just like she said, more women are getting more educated. Relationships is not as appealing. And the manosphere, red pill, is not to blame. This thing is just a cultural shift. And I don't think there's no one person to point a finger at. I just think that relationships, long-term relationships, is not as appealing as they used to be. You know what I mean? Look at it from the standpoint of, you know what I mean? If people, and we're just talking about people from an economical level. We're not even talking about people who's been through bad relationships, people who got out relationships and have kids. And you know, men who fear to get into relationships and losing money. And we're talking about the men with money who fear to lose money. But I just think that relationships dynamics is viewed differently now. Women are not pushing for marriages like they used to. You know what I mean? In the 80s, 70s, 60s, that was the topic of conversation. You was smashing, you was marrying. There was no going about that. Right now, we smashing and we have kids and we just going about their life. People are in long-term relationships, raising kids in houses, and they're not married. Last names are different.
Yeah, King, you're right about that. How's it looking right now? Especially with these red pill spaces, and people really talk a lot about red pill and how it's rising, and how people getting the fame out of red pill. You know, with First and Frit, just pearly things. Coach Greg Adams, you know how they put in how marriage, you know, it could be a scam, it could be a trap, and everything. You know, it's really opened a lot of people's eyes. You know, men and women say, hey, you know, what's the use of marriage? You know, if you look at the man's side, you know, they think of marriage like, I get married, you know, what's, you know, I don't want to, you know, I gotta go to the court, sign with the with the government or the state and everything. You know, a lot of men don't want to do that, you know. And the thing is, it's like, you know, if you get married, you know, that, you know, the divorce is always an option, if you like it or not. The divorce is always there. And when you pick the wrong mate, you know, of you having kids with, and that person might divorce you and everything. If you look for the man's part, if a woman divorces a man, you know, it's how it's like, you know, he's going to, you know, she's going to get maybe full custody of the kids. You know, it's very rare you hear 50-50 custody. You know, you hear that you know, they got paid child support, spousal support. You know, it does not look good with, you know, with the man getting married, you know, especially, you know, with the no-fault marriage came out and everything. And you know how you know, different states got different laws of, you know, when you get divorced, you know, how, you know, a woman can get a certain percentage of child support from the man, and it just don't look good, you know. And a lot of men are, you know, when they get divorced, you know, they rarely want to marry again. I mean, you rarely see a man when you get divorced, you want to marry again. Usually, you know, because a man, you know, he usually stays during the marriage. But once that divorce happens, you know, he's, you know, most likely the men they're done. You know, they don't want to get married no more, you know. They just like, that's it, I'm done. No, you know, either, you know, they rebuild themselves, rebuild their money, or, you know, they want to, you know, travel, you know, get their passport and travel, you know, just explore the world. You know, it's just at this time, you know, marriage is not the key, especially in the Western world. And then you look on the women's side, you know, they're not really thinking of getting married till they hit their 30s and 40s. You know, they want, you know, usually they want to have fun in their 20s. You know, You know, they want to be independent. You know, they want to get their own money. And once they get their own money and everything, that's, you know, do what they need to do. You know, that's when, you know, marriage might pop in as a thought. So, you know what, you know, I did what I needed to do. I made my own money, you know, now I'm looking for a partner I managed to get married with and everything. And, you know, and a lot of these, you know, these women out here, you know, they're not really, people say, you know, wife material. You know, most of these women out here, you know, wasn't raised to be wives or anything, you know, or what it thinks of being a wife. It's like they more likely want to be a trophy wife than a regular type of wife or housewife. You know, a lot of if they do want to do it, they want to be trophy wives. So, but yeah, man, just looking at the stats, how the marriages keep on declining. It's you know, and much as like I like to see people get married, you know, it's not looking good. You know, it looks like marriage might be. It looks like marriage might be the dark ages now. In the next 10, 15, 20 years, you know, it's just gonna be a lot of people who just, you know, single, who want to live their best lives, you know, if they want kids, might have kids out of wedlock. If they want to have kids in marriage and everything, and how do you know the social media is how, you know, pushing it out, you know, it's like you just look at it, you know, how people talk about relationships, you know, and they really don't know what to do or really don't know what solution, how to fix these problems. They just talk about, you know, men are this, men are that, or women are this, and women are that. They keep on complaining this, da 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 da, and then they're not trying to find a solution. You know, how fix themselves to be ready, or, you know, help fix each other when in a relationship, all that type of stuff. But yeah, it's you can see it's hitting hard in some of these marriage industries. You know, like with Dave's Bridal, how, you know, they just filed a bankruptcy and they're laying off people, and, you know, it's just not looking good with marriage. It's not looking good at all.
And not only that, but when it comes to the aspect of marriage, there's also some cases where women are being proposed to, but they're just gone off the wedding. The maid that pretty much proposed to them, a lot of women feel like they're no longer interested. I was gonna send you guys a video right now. It actually went viral. It was a woman on TikTok. She recently just said, I'm gonna try to send you guys right now. She proposed to a man who she considered to be a great man, but then called off the wedding. And that's also deals with the marital rate as well. Because when women decline weddings, I'm gonna send it to you guys right now so I can play it. It actually went viral. It was a woman on TikTok, so this actually correlates to what we're talking about right now. So hold on, I'm sending it to you right now on IG. But it just kind of show you that the mindset of women today. Now, this is not an episode, of course, we're not bashing women, because you already know me. I actually love women, but at the same time, this is the issue that a lot of men are facing. Hey, I can't check your Instagram. I just sent it to you now. You enjoy it right now, and you can play it. Why she broke out? And mind, she said this man is a great man. He loves God, very handsome, but she said he's missing something. What the hell he's missing? He have all the quality of being a husband and something that women, quote unquote, say they want, but yet she called off the wedding. Go ahead.
This year, I ended a relationship and cut off an engagement from a great man. He was a good man. He loved God. He was a praying man. He loved and adored me. He was there for me. He was handsome. He was well educated. He didn't have any kids. He checked all the boxes, but there was still something missing. And I just knew that I could not go through with this marriage. There was just something that did not connect. I felt that there should have been a connection between he and I in order for me to be his wife. And so I cut off the engagement. And it was so difficult because he was a good man. It's easy when a person is not good. You can justify why you cut things off. But when a person is truly a good person, it's hard to explain. So I found myself trying to explain it to family and friends, and they were asking me a whole bunch of questions that, I could not say, exactly why, other than the fact that I just did not feel the connection. There was something that was not there that I needed to be there in order for this to be my husband. And so I stopped trying to explain it, and I just trusted my decision, and I went on. But then I got an epiphany, and it was just like, have you ever been shoe shopping and you saw a nice pair of shoes and it's like, ooh, I love the color. I love the style. The heel is the right size and it's a reasonable price. Like it's on sale and it's a good shoe. But then when you approach the shoe, you see that it's a size 6 and you need a size 7. Does it take away from the fact that the shoe is a good shoe? Does it take away from the fact that you're getting a great deal for the for the quality? Does it take away from the fact that the heel is still the right size? It doesn't matter. All of that still makes the shoe is still good. But if it's not your size, it's not the shoe for you. And so that is what I had to accept. Yes, he was a good man. But what that feeling was is that he was not a great fit for me. It didn't take away from who he was, but it was just confirmation that he was not a good fit for me. And that leads me to say that some of us are trying to force relationships when we know they don't fit. It doesn't mean that the person is not good. It doesn't mean that they are not good-hearted people. It just means that they're not a good fit for you. So free them up. Don't continue to settle for things that you know is going to cause discomfort in the future. Me purchasing a size 6 shoe when I wear a 7 is discomfort. Don't do it. So earlier this year,
I want to go first. That shoe thing was a bad analogy because you can go to the shoe store and if they don't have it in stock, they can order you some or send you to another store. So I don't know what you're trying to say. Second of all, you know, if you don't know what's up with something you're good, this is when couple counseling comes involved. She did not think about that, or the man did not think about that. This is why couple counseling should be out there before you get married, or also after you propose to your fiance and everything. Because if you don't know the answer, or you feel there's something wrong, you should go to a counselor and see what's up with that. But for her, it's like, you know, she said she checks all the boxes, but to me, it's like, I don't think she asked for that type of man, but when she got that type of man, she don't know what to do with it. I honestly believe she don't know what to do with it. I think with some type of woman, when they ask for certain things, they get certain things, and then when they get it, it's like, okay, I got this, but I don't know what to do with it. They do not know what to do with it, and it's just like they're not used to it, you know, because they experienced maybe a lot of trauma in the past, you know, in their relationship or anything, and they did not get that fixed. And then she don't know what a real functioning type of relationship marriage looks like. And this is just happening, and this is happening around, you know, United States. You know, we see these on social media, from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. People don't know what a functional type of marriage or relationship should look like. You know, because they deal with so much the dysfunction in their past. They're not healed. And they try to fix it themselves, which is a totally bad idea. You know, you should get help to get it fixed. And you know, they think they check all the boxes, but when they move to the next relationship, you know, they want something different, and then they got something, but it doesn't feel right. So this is telling me, like, people who want to get married, who are God, you know, proposed to, you know, really make sure they check their bodies, and they seek, you know, couple counseling or marriage counseling, so they can know what type of functional relationship looks like. And also make sure, you know, you get the therapy you need, so you can make sure you heal or your past trauma. So when you get healed, you can know what's the good about a man, what's good about, and what's bad about a man. Same thing for men. What's bad about a woman, what's good about a woman. And it just shows you right there. It's just like, people do not know the good function of how a relationship and also a marriage should be.
Go ahead, I can. I really want to know your take on this as well.
So funny enough, I've experienced a situation like this, and I had a woman that I've spoken to before, and she say, "There's something about you I just can't fit. There's nothing wrong with you, but it's just something that I don't know." whatever mythological stuff you're looking for, this connection people be talking about, I don't know what that is. Like relationships are not fairy tale. They're not fairy tale. This is not some frog kissing prince type stuff. It's real, it's raw, it's rugged. We go through problems, but women think that they're gonna fall into a Prince Charming and stuff goes on. No, it doesn't work like that. And this is stuff that we try to convey. The hard truth, I'm dropping frame rates. The hard truth of the reality is a lot of y'all women don't be men choices. They just be taking chances. We don't say nothing, but you're not our first pick half the time. We stay in a relationship hoping things will get better to see the silver lining of it. We never voice our opinions about this connection thing because we don't believe in connections. We believe on what you do right now or how you act with us. As you get older, your wants and needs starts to change. This is not a fairy tale, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella type stuff. I need people to get real and serious. I have to bring up the Indians, the Chinese, the Koreans who have arranged marriages. These people barely know people, but their families are involved. They get to know people, they build. Some people are opposites and still make things work out. It doesn't be a connection sometimes. People just do not want to take a chances on a relationship, hoping that, oh, I need him to be 6 tall, 6 figures. She didn't get into all that. He said he was a good man. Was he making money? Was he a janitor? Is his money? Because sometimes if you're rich, a woman to throw all that out the door and say, hey, I'm good. I'm just going to sit here until we get a baby in the check. Y'all fellas go.
No, but here's the thing. The reason why I play that video, because remember, all the quality a woman said a man's supposed to have, that man had it. He was a God-fearing man, have a great personality, pretty much Prince Charming. Let's just say it like that. Pretty much that was our Prince Harry. Pretty much, because that's pretty much what most women say they always want in a man. I want him to be a God-fearing man who's able to bring in resources, who pretty much ain't really lacking in no areas. But then she said something is missing. Like you said, Hakeem, it could be probably he ain't got money, or he could be something like he probably could be a nerd type dude, and she probably want a bad boy, someone that's an asshole. And this is why right now a lot of women are not getting married, because of the simple fact of things like these. They say, okay, we can't correlate because you're not as masculine enough. I don't consider myself to build with you. But then what's the whole point of dating me? The whole point of going having a relationship is to take it to the next level. To me, I don't think nobody should be dating, because dating is pretty much a waste of time. You spend the money and resources to date someone for 5 to 10 years, knowing at the end of the day you might not even be with this person long term, but then you still dating this person on and off for another 10 to 15 years. You might well just get married and just go ahead and just call it a day. And this is what we always face, especially in the Black community. That's what we always face, is that long-term dating situation. And that's why we always tend to always be at the bottom. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, you're right about that, Ronnie. And that's why, we're like, that's how we like in our community as our Black community. Our marriage rate is so low. I don't think people realize, as I say, if you see a lot more marriages, especially in our Black community, you'll see a lot of people doing better in their lives in our community, money wise, kids wise, kids will be better developed, when it's a 2-parent household. It's just stuff that, the entertainment we do in our Black community, how, we praise, being single, not there for the community, like us, like Chaos Culture Radio, we talk about, things to do right with our community, but like I said, it really don't get the views that it's need, because we support entertainment more than how to help fix our community. With the talk we talk about with marriage and everything. So it's to me, it's like it's definitely going to be hard, and very, very hard to have, to speak right about community, because it's like the more we get entertained about, having fun, drinking, going to the club, just worry about ourselves or anything, the more it's going to, it's going to affect our community that we, it's just like, what's, not okay. We did so much, so what can we do now? It just feels like, damn, I just hate to say it. It's like I know this. I feel like there's hope, but I feel like there's no hope with how our community is with marriage and everything. It's just like it's just tough. I just can't find the right words. It's just tough just to see the decline in marriages and to see people that's close to me, like my cousins and friends. It's like they people that close to me, like I said, they want to get married, but it's just like they can't find the right spouse because either they wasn't raised to be wives or they just want to be single, and it sucks. It really sucks right now.
Look at it. Go ahead. Look at this from this point of view. Women's expectations are a little bit different. You feel me? And rightfully so. And I'm not going to disagree with a person's expectation. But as they get older and as they get further into their career, the type of men that they want is very small. That professional guy is shared between a bunch of different people. In other cultures, that's not an issue because other cultures don't look at status and titles as a thing for the basis of relationship. We do. We had a tremendous situation here in America where we want to have some type of pride about ourselves, especially the woman. Women, education is a big factor in their life. Their social circles are a big factor, and their men is even more of a big factor. Everything has to come together like it's a puzzle for them to say that, yes, I make six figures. I live in Beverly Hills. My husband is an engineer. We have a nanny and stuff like that. A lot of black women, I hear black women think like this. Not all of them now. But the one fundamental thing, black men are no different than white men, Hispanic men, in that there's not a bunch of professional Hispanic men. And contrary to popular belief, there's not a bunch of professional white men. There's a lot of white men who work blue-collar jobs, a lot of Hispanic men. But we do not see the white or Hispanic women in their culture putting down a black man for working as a janitor. I know when I lived in Massachusetts, I know plenty of white girls who were married, whose husbands worked at the steel mill. There was auto mechanics. There was this, but they went to college. That was their thing. Love is not a job description. And this is what's happening in our culture. For me to love you, what is your job description? Love shouldn't be a job description. Love should just be, if this man loved me enough, he's going to go out here and do right. Even if he wants to be a janitor for the rest of his life, that's no problem. And that's another issue for a woman. Upgrading a nigga, upgrading him. Oh, he needs to have ambition. His ambition should be to work every day and make sure you're straight. Do y'all 2 times the hospital. But the thing about it is expectations are a little bit different in that a lot of men who are not in professional jobs are just not appealing to black women. You know what I mean? People, you know what I mean? And I know I'm discounted from a lot of women because I have a blue collar job. I'm a blue collar guy. And you know what I mean? Women who might make 6 figures or might graduate from college, might want somebody who went to Brown, Dartmouth, Yale, or Harvard. I'm not that nigga. I drive trucks. I drive vans. I'm a transporter. We moving freight. We get money though.
But Hakeem, and Jordan, you gotta understand something. Majority of the women that want 6-figure, it's not that. It's the number's not really high. Most women today are dealing with a regular guy. Like I have a friend of mine who's dealing with a woman that's making 6-figure. He don't even make 6-figure at all. He make a basic salary. So if people want to promote this, I understand they promote this because that's something they always use on YouTube. But I don't see it to be true. I really feel like this is not really feel, but I really think this is cap all around because mostly when I go out here and when I'm walking around and I have conversations with women, majority of the women say they just want a guy just to be there. They could care less they could care less he was a garbage man, or they could care less he sleeping on his mama's couch. They just want a guy just to be there. So at some point, it makes me think, okay, so where are they getting this 6-figure type men from? Like, that what I'm saying, it's very small. It's not really big. Prime example, there's another video that went viral. Y'all probably seen it. I didn't really send it to you guys, but there was another video that went viral. It was a woman, she was interviewing another woman, say, will you date a bus driver? You know, no, I won't date a bus driver if he's not making, I wish I had that clip, but if he don't own the bus company. But then the other woman say, I don't mind dating a bus driver, as long as he's there for me. And that's a prime example of why I say most women ain't really dating 6-figure men, because majority of them just want a guy just to be there. But I just want to know your guys' take on that. Jordan, you muted.
You're muted.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I agree with you, Ronnie. You know, here in LA, you know, well, even though it's more a little bit more expensive here, you know, but it's like I said, it's still a lot of people in the middle class, you know, who makes, you know, $50,000, $40,000, $60,000 a year, and you know, in certain areas, and you know, people are, you know, if they're looking, if the women are looking for a man who are making that type of money, blue collar, that's, you know, they don't mind that, you know, this to see, you know, when women wants, you know, 100K, a man that's 6 feet tall, and also, you know, the 666s, you know, those are women who wants who are tricks, and also wants a bad guy who like a drug dealer or a scammer and everything. And you know, that's, you know, with that, you know, they try to popularize it, you know, the social medias and everything. But in the real world, you look on the real world, it's not like that. It's, you know, it's just like, you know, I don't think, you know, women really thinks like that about, you know, he needs to make this much money, all that type of stuff. You know, when you go in the real world, walking around, they're not asking for that. They're asking for, you know, I just want a good man. You know, I just have, you know, the things in my past I've worked on, healed on, and I'm looking for this type of man. You know, he could be a regular guy, blue collar, white collar, whatever. You know, as long as he's nice, you know, he can, you know, protect, provide, and that's really it. Really the basic stuff. You know, to me, money-wise, would you get together? You know, you guys can figure it out some way, somehow. You know, being the marriage-wise, you know, we are talking about financial things, long-term future-wise. You know, y'all can talk about that. You know, talk about your 401k, you know, health benefits, life insurance, all that type of stuff. You like, once you get married, it's gonna be stuff to talk about, and you guys will make like a short-term plan, a long-term plan. You know, possibly getting a house in the next 4 or 5 years, or getting another car, or move to a different city, or move to a different state. You know, I really feel like, you know, some of these relationships, they don't talk about that. You know, they'll talk about what's the long-term plan for us, or what we're gonna do in the short-term plan. You know, I don't hear a lot, you know, especially in these YouTube spaces, they don't talk about the solutions of how to go work things out.
You're 100% dead on. I wanted to comment to Sugar Bum. Sugar Bum said being married is a badge of honor. Then this conversation is not for you, honey. Because here we want to get married. We promote marriage. We don't promote slanging. We don't promote this and that. We're trying to build a community. We want to be just like any other powerful race in America. Communities are what it is. Now, going back to what my brother here said, a lot of us have to look at this to the point where there's so many men out here who wants to get married. There's so many women out here who wants to get married. You have to put aside, and I want to touch on something. Here's the thing. If you, what she said here, what does this mean? If you promote,
She was trying to say promote.
She may promote marriage.
She was trying to say promote marriage, and why, right?
Oh, that's an easy question. we actively want to get married. The reason why we're not married is we just not gonna jump into anything. Listen, and I'm gonna be honest, we'll be very vocal about this. Some of y'all not even worth marrying. Because you want to know why is the expectations we have are very small. And what y'all want is so astronomical different. See, you want somebody to walk on water, go find them. You want somebody to do this, go find them. Sweetheart, we just looking for somebody to be our partner and to support. It is not a rocket scientist situation. Regardless if you work at the hospital, you a nurse, you make 6 figures, we don't care about that. And I keep telling you, Marisol, Khadijah, and Yumi is not caring about that either. So this is the point. The reason why we're not married is we haven't found the mate that makes us feel like we are in a situation where it's not going to be a headache. I'm not going to be in no relationship with no woman telling me that, oh, I need to upgrade you. You need to have more ambition. Let me fix you up. Let me make you better. You make yourself better. We're not toys. We're not babies. We're not here to be fixed. We're men. We've been doing this for years. My dad already laid a blueprint out for me. That's why you can't never hear no sucker shit on the street about me. There we go again. She said, so women are the reason why you're not married. Sounds like no economy. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not talking about the whole spectrum. I ain't even speaking in generality. You asked the question for me. I'm telling you this. There's some people me and Ronnie tried to get with. Some people are not marriage material. Some people do not want to listen. Some people do not want to compromise. Some people have this illusion of a lifestyle that is not even fitting. Not everybody's going to be a millionaire. Not everybody's manifesting this lifestyle that everybody. You'll be lucky to get a house. Marisol is with a landscaper. She is happy to come home to cook dinner for a landscaper. A landscaper, I'm telling you, a person who probably didn't even graduate high school, he gets more respect, dignity in his own house than anything. If he doesn't work, she'll be gladly to go pick up the mantle to pay bills. She's out there pressure washing, scrubbing floors. What accountability? It's always, should this just be a pandering man show? The men is the problem. The men is the problem. Yes, it's us the reason that women can't get married. That's what I should be doing? It's us men. We're the problem. We're the imbeciles. It can't always be us. That's the only conversation it is. We are the problem. We are the problem. When are you going to take accountability, Sugar Plum? When y'all going to take accountability? It's 1,000 of y'all shows here. We don't talk bad about women. We appreciate it. It's to the point that we got to be what, suckers and lay down?
Yeah, I can't.
No, dog. Listen, they think we gatekeep marriage. They want niggas to be simps. We're not simps. What you looking for, go get you a scammer, drug dealer, or a ball player. They gladly giving out free D. I work a regular job. I got a 401k. I'm saving up to buy a house. I'm a regular nigga. There's no feels. There's no thrills about this. I go and I pray. I make penance. I go to the Little League football. We try to do what we do. I can't walk on water. I'm not Jesus. I'm just an average black man in America trying to survive, hoping the police don't stop me.
Got a question for y'all. So what you was going on, Hakeem, do you feel like, our women want us to be a Superman? Because I think most of our black, but they want us to be, when they name what they want, it's like they want us to be Superman. We can't do no wrong. We got to be Superman.
No, but that concept is actually a lie because I told you I see women all the time dealing with men they struggling with. They ain't dealing with no man that's pretty much bringing in a lot of resources. That's why I say it's all cap. That's why I would say majority of everything you see or you hear is all cap. The guy a woman really want to be with is a guy they always say quote unquote struggle love. That's the guy they pretty much focus on. Remember, we just played a video of a woman just calling off a wedding on a guy that she considered to be a great man. That don't make him logically. It don't make any sense. If you say this man's so great, why are you calling it off for? Ain't that what you want? That would say women are wishy washy. Now, no, on the aspect, I'm just going because I know how I came going show you, but I'm gonna aspect on the aspect of marriage. If you notice, I never promote marriage. Why? Because I see my concept of marriage. I don't really consider it. I don't really take it seriously. I'm more focused on kids. Like, to be honest with you, if I can find a woman that say, hey, I don't mind having your kids, I'd rather deal with that than actually deal with someone that's marriage, because I know how sometimes marriage could flip-flop. Women could want to take everything, women want to take it all. That's why I don't really promote it as much. Now, Hakeem is highly promoted of marriage because he's really advocate of marriage. I'm really not. I'm more promoting of kids. I think we need to have more kids than marriage. There's people that's married don't even have kids. There's people that's married, even if the woman can't have kids, the woman tend to not have kids because the simple fact is she's tired of the man she's married to. So what's the point of getting married? Because the whole point of marriage, we always say the whole point of getting married is to also build and to have a family. But now you're having people having family outside of marriage, and so it's just to each his own. And not only that, I totally agree with this statement. What I heard a guy say, and I totally agree with 110%. Marriage is not for everybody. To me, I don't think everybody's supposed to be married. I'm just being honest. It's not for everybody. But go ahead, Hakeem.
Let me tell you something, Sugar Bum. You know there's black men here who dying to be in a relationship with a black woman. Dying. Some men who just so powerful, they just don't want to be with nobody else. When you say, I don't do struggle love, that's no problem. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't. That's no problem, because there'll be somebody there. And thank the Lord that we have different races. Because right now, I am pro-black by definition, but sometimes I have to question that in the sense of relationships. Because you want to know why? I'm not going to tell a man who's not going to be happy and to just sit here and focus on this thing. Love who going to love you. Now, I want to talk about doing the bare minimum. What is the bare minimum for you? What have you done here in society as a woman? And I'm speaking to all women. What have Yaha done for society as a woman that benefits men? Name it. You ask us to provide and protect. What is your job? Things are conditional with you. It's a lot correct. You can't want traditional ways, and you ain't gonna be traditional. It's always the demanding part about it. Oh, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want to do. Like, make it make sense for me. It is okay for you to want what you want, Sugar Bum. I'm not mad at that. You birth society.
Yeah, no, but now the birth rate right now is on a decline.
Y'all don't even want to have kids anymore.
Yeah, they're not even having kids anymore.
Y'all don't even have kids anymore, and that's a fact. I mean, plenty of women who say, "Now we good on kids." So what else y'all doing? What can a man benefit from you? Y'all ain't bringing no money to no table. Y'all not washing. Y'all not cooking. Y'all can't even support us. Y'all just talk down and say we're the problem. So here's the thing. This is why a person can't talk shit about no passport bros. They ain't disrespect black women. They ain't do nothing. They just went their own way. I never said nothing about them boys. They just went their own. As long as they don't disrespect the women, they can do their own thing. I don't blame them. Because you want to know why a woman on the podcast say these were leftover men people don't want. So who are you getting? If y'all don't want the nerds, y'all don't want the geeks, y'all don't want the guys who don't have no edge about them, who are you getting? We birth society, our contributors, and what else? What else? She said I'm lying. Am I lying, fellas?
No, the stacks back that up. I could bring in the stacks for that. It backs that up.
How?
No, she is right. No, she is correct. Society does when I mean man do bash black women all the time. But however, the number for that is not that high either.
It's not
It's
that
very
high.
small.
Listen, I made a specific point. When the passport bros was talking about, they said American women. They did not specify. And mind you, passport bro is not inclusive to black men. It's Chinese, it's Dominicans, it's a lot of them who go overseas and get women. I've yet to heard it. Listen, we're not talking about Tommy Sotomayor type dudes. Let's get that. Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. Oh, shout outs to Harris Tribe Media Group. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to a black marriage couple right there. Besides my brother Jordan and his beautiful wife. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to the Harris men too, who believe in black love. Who and listen, that brother there, I went on his page, and I gotta give them their props. Harris Media Group. She supports him. He supports her. I could tell. I look the way he look at his wife. He loves his wife, praises his wife. I even sit on a panel with him as he praises his wife. That's real black love. This is what we want. This is what most of us want. Shout outs to my man, Sevelin Muhammad. Muhammad, which a lot of y'all don't know, was a devoted husband. Did everything he can do. Oh, Lord Jesus. I can't even go down a list of things he done did. Oh, no. Harris Tribe Media, you are the template of you and your wife are the template of what people need to follow as far as when it comes to a relationship. When you spoke about your wife on the last panel and praised her and the way she speak about you, I know that shit was natural. I know that wasn't no gimmick. That was black love. And I know that was black love. And I wish Sugar Bum could have seen that. This is why we need marriages. 100%. Now. And I want to just get this point out and get this point out, which Sugar Bum to understand. My homeboy, this is Mrs. Right Now. Oh, this is the Mrs. Right Now, Nikki. Nikki, we appreciate you, Queen. We appreciate you and your husband for being the example of black love. And this is all we trying to promote is black love. Oh, 25 years. Listen, sweetheart, Sugar Bum, we not worrying about that. We not worrying about that. We trying to build marriage. This is what I'm striving for. I could see the stats. The stats is right there. The stats is right there. That's not worry. That's something you know. What are you going to, the way you can change the stat, Sugar Bum, is get married. Love you a black man. Don't judge him. Nurture the relationship. Be a good judge of character. The point I want to get about Muhammad, and this is going to point into this whole thing, is my brother did everything he can. God damn it. And Jordan, unbeknownst, you don't know this, but Muhammad is from, I could say he's from Detroit. That he lived in Detroit for some years. He had two houses in Detroit. He sold his houses, moved all the way cross country to be with a woman, married her. Listen now. Married her. She was a single mom. A roller coaster ride. We don't want to get our point. She was a single mom, married her, loved her daughter, loved the grandkids, and it still wasn't enough. She's a good woman now. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect the lady. She's a good woman now. But the contributions we make is never enough. That's the point that I'm getting. And this is a lot of people, and this is not the whole spectrum of the relationship. And this can go, and listen, to make Sugar Bum happy, this could go on the men's side too. It's never enough for the woman. Some men are not pulling their weight. But is that the man that you chose, or did you judge him by his character or by his penis size? Or that good? I want that roller coaster ride that I can't get off. What the Harris Tribe Media Group people talking about. I want that. I know it's going to be up and downs, but that's what we need. Go ahead, fella.
Now you was cooking. I will let you cook. You was cooking. No, I ain't interrupt at all. One of the things I was gonna say, Sugar Boy asked a question. He said, "Why do marriages always end up in a divorce?" The reason why I always end up in a divorce because of the aspect the woman is always the first one to file. It's not the man that's filing. Women are giving up on marriages quicker than men are. Men are willing to work with the woman than the woman actually willing to work with the man. That's a fact.
Listen, you said something right, and let me give a caveat because I got to do this for Sugar Bump. And it's not always the men cheating. It's not always him slanging penis.
Yeah, that's also a fact too, because the stats show that 28% women cheat. Now, even though don't get me wrong, they say 30% of men do cheat, but 28% of women cheat too. So it's very, very close.
And not just that, it's to me, you just said it's neck and neck because there's a lot more women than us men in the United States. So if you look at that part, to me, it's kind of neck and neck. So, like I said, Akeem's right. He's like I said, it's not always a man that cheat. Women cheat too. And then we usually women cheat, go deal with their they emotionally cheat. Go ahead, Ronnie.
No, Sugar Bun said I didn't say it was. No, but I'm just saying, I'm just talking about the aspect when it comes to the divorce, because you asked why things always end up with divorce because of the woman. You can look it up. Women are the number one reason why it always ends in divorce. It's not the man. The man is not going to divorce court.
And Sugar, I just want to say this. I love you, girl. And I'm not talking directly to you. I don't want you to think that. We're just having a conversation. But what you said is kind of in a line with a lot of people say. Most marriages ends up because the man fumbled the bag. That's not always the case. Sometimes women marry men on the pretense of things will get better. They have an expectation and a timeline. Oh, he working at the construction site. I'm gonna make him go. I'm gonna upgrade him.
But to Hakeem, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's actually a good thing on that aspect of a woman should be able to allow her man to go to the next level. A man should not be in the same level for a very long time. To me, you should not be working in the steel mill for like 20-some years at the same position. You should try to want to upgrade yourself to a higher position, at least manager type position, at least that. Go ahead, Jordan.
Or you could do this. You could work in the steel mill and then save up and buy, get into real estate or do something on the side. Like, for instance, my granddaddy, he worked in GM for like 30 plus years. So what he did with the money at the golden time, he worked there for like 30 plus years and retired. But after retired, he has like about 6-7 houses that he rents out. And he has like 15 cars that he has. And also he has a RV where he can, him and my grandmother, they can, I don't know why they don't travel, but he has the RV and they can do road trips if they want to. So to me, it's like you could have a steel mill job, but my thing is, what are you putting your money outside of the steel mill? Are you doing something extra? Do you have a side gig? Do you have are you putting money into stocks? Are you having like a small business or anything that's building with working in the steel mill? And to me, it's like, I think a lot of men, some are lazy and don't think like, some men, they want to do it 40 hours, but the thing is, it's like, okay, cool. But the thing is, it's like, what are you doing outside of work? Are you putting money into something else so you can make more money, all that type of stuff? So, and a lot to me, I blame it on the men, because a lot of men are not doing that. To me, they just want to work their 40, and then after that, they just want to chill, play games, and do whatever, and just do what they want to do.
I agree with Harris Media Group. where they said she should be able to inspire to do that. Now, there's a point that I want to get that. If you meet a man and he does not want to upgrade a level and he wants to be at his level, respect him. Just don't deal with it. Because there's a lot of men that are like that. And that's the thing. And we can't get mad when you get with a guy and he already let you know who he is. That's the point that we're getting. Now, I don't want to overlook these comments. Harris Media Group says women lack accountability. 100%. Isn't that what y'all say to do, build together? Yes, it's building together. But a woman wants you to already have it before you come. Mean Streets. Shout out to Mean Streets. You ain't been here in a while. We was about to do an APB on you, Mean Streets. He says, benefits of marriage, employment, health, insurance, family leave, betterment, government benefit, tax planning, and medical in depth. She should have, yep. Sugar Bum agree with you.
No, but that's the aspect of Mean Street when he was talking about gave it the aspect of the benefit of marriage. Now I'll tell you, they don't want us to get married because the benefit is a lot of benefit to marriage. When you marry, you get of course tax write off. You get write off when it comes to a home, especially when you're a first home buyer with you and your wife. It's a lot of benefit when it comes to marriage. So that's the only thing I was going to say, that if people do decide to get married, there is a lot of great benefit. However, people don't look into those benefits, and that's why people don't get married. If people really see marriage as more of a business side of to things, more people will be married. Go ahead.
And I agree with that 1,000%. To me, like I said, once I got married and really look into like in a business mindset, that it helped me. That it kind of helped me say, okay, set what my long-term plans are, and also what the short-term plans are for my marriage and everything. And when you think of marriage like the business, you could really, build financially, build families, build communities, all that type of stuff. So yeah, Ronnie, you hit the nail on the bottom on that one.
Sugar Bum. She say, when you get on, you're gonna leave his girl for what? That's not you, baby. Black women are seen as a come up. He gotta already have date me. Let me tell you something, Sugar Plum. When are you gonna take accountability and cam up? I'm gonna let her think about that. Women choose their man, then use sex as a weapon. Stop that. If you choose to be monogamous, she definitely needs to make sure you match his sexual appetite by yourself. Facts. Miss Nikki, facts. I don't know if that's the husband or that's Miss Nikki. Facts. Facts.
I didn't Miss Nikki.
Facts. That's speaking from a wife of 25 years. Of 25 years. 25.
That's beautiful. That's long.
That's long. That might be my jersey number.
And that's why I told you that the aspect of that, I think if people promote that of marriage being that beautiful, more people would do it. But instead, we live in a social media age. They downgrade marriage. Women keep telling men ain't shit. Men keep saying women ain't shit. Men are afraid of commitment. Women are afraid to go down the altar. So it's just all those things plays a really big part when it comes to marriage. And that I say, I think and to me, if it's a man you living with a woman, I think you might always just go ahead and get married.
Thank you.
I think we need to make that into law at some point, because that's the only way. Because it don't make no sense for you to be a man to be living with a woman for 5 years and not be married to her. It's a waste of time. Just go ahead and just marry the woman. Go to the courthouse, only $75. Get somebody as a witness and go ahead and just get married. Just call it a day. Just call it a day. And you know, Hakeem and Jordan, the funny thing is, people tend to do that when they're in their older years. Like when they're in their 60s and 70s, they quit to go to the courthouse. They be like, yo, man, we're going to the courthouse tomorrow. Can you make it? No, don't worry about it. We're just going to go ourselves. You find out the next day they're married. You need to have that same mindset when we're in our 30s and in our 20s. Just go ahead and go to the courthouse. Man, forget the women.
You speak your facts, man. You speaking facts.
That's why I say I won't marry. That's one of my issues right now. That's why one reason why I will not stay with a woman, because my mind is, if I'm staying with you, you might as well just go to the courthouse. We getting married the next day. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be playing that house game.
Talk about it.
Hey Jordan, me and Hakeem literally have these conversations off the air. Literally, we be talking about all the time. Like, Hakeem, like, just go ahead. We shouldn't be dating like for 6 months. It's a waste of time.
Unless you see something fishy going on, or y'all like doing this, then y'all need to slow down. And then to see that if the shit's going good, because here's the thing. My biggest worry, to be real with you, I meet somebody who's not going to compromise with me, and I meet somebody who's going to, in the middle of the relationship, get up and say, oh, I don't want to be married no more. I got to go find myself. You got that now. That's the thing Sugar Bum don't understand. She's speaking for herself, but a lot of your counterparts will get with dudes, do the marriage, get the house, get the cars, wake up, man, I don't feel like doing this no more. I got to find somebody who loves me. What? We just been here 5 years. I'm already 40. I'm 45. You know how hard it is for me to find another woman at that older, tender age compared to me being younger now? Come on, man. Men are not accepting accountability too. It's just, however, the woman chooses a man, she needs to make sure she chooses a man that shows he can be accountable to himself. Facts. I can't disagree. Yeah.
Nikki speaking facts. That's straight facts. You know what I'm saying? So it's just our mindset as men and as women. We pretty much need to come collectively and say, you know what? Let's quit with all the game. You know, life is too short. Let's just go ahead and let's just get married and just call it a day.
I don't want to overlook Gore's comment. Sugar Bum, I hope your tip, the person who does your nails, you have been abusing the nails emojis.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, because you use the nails emojis a lot. I don't know what that means. I be trying to figure out, like, some of the stuff they be doing. I be trying to understand what it means. Like the eyes thing, I get the eyes thing. I finally figure out what the eyes thing mean when they come to the chat. Like, they seeing what's going on, so they're like, okay, cool. But the fingernails, I don't understand. I don't know. It's a woman's thing. I don't even try to figure it out.
You know, Sugar Bum, she made that famous. That's the first thing she popped up in the channel.
Yeah, like I see, like she being in the other room.
She said,
some people don't know what it means. Some people think it's an insult. Yeah, but anyhow, we reach our hour mark. Yeah. You know, and I know some people gonna watch us on the playback. Shout out to the people that watch it. You know, the crazy thing is, a lot of people watch us on the playback. Shout out to you guys that watch us on the playback. That's why we highlight the comments, so y'all can actually see like the conversation we're having with the people in the chat, and we hope some of you guys are here. But anyhow, any final thoughts, gentlemen?
The Harris Tribe Boomer are not old. They're our age.
I agree with Harris Tribe. My final thoughts for me is he just for us. I'm agree with Ronnie's. I'm agree with Ronnie's part. You know, if you with somebody for a bit, and y'all match, just go ahead, go to Gore's and get married. You know, and if y'all want to have like a family thing with a reception and everything, y'all can have that later. Y'all can definitely have that later. But I agree with you, Ronnie. If y'all close together, especially in your 30s and 40s. Go to Gore's, get married, and after that, you know, tell your family, and it's work on the reception later. That's my final thoughts on that.
And not only that, but Jordan, but the aspect of the wedding, people not even doing weddings anymore.
No,
because wedding now is becoming expensive. To get a wedding dress costs you over $10,000. People are like, I ain't doing that no more. I'd rather get a house because if not, I'm gonna be on the street with that wedding dress. So people not even doing that anymore. So I'm like, just go ahead, go to the courthouse. You and your friends be as witness, and y'all go ahead and do your thing. Get a cheap wedding wing, so when eventually he does get the bag, or she get the bag, I go both buy a nice rental wing. To me, I think life is way too short, and the way pretty much our society is, everything is on the decline. The government is gonna start getting involved because they don't like when human population start being on the decline. Some people say that's a good thing, though it's not, because when it comes to infrastructure and when it comes to businesses and when it comes to society, if there's nobody here, meaning if there's no future, how can people that have the money continue to generate that wealth? They need workers. You can have robots, but the robots won't be able to pay the bills because they programmed. So that's something to think about. Go ahead, Akeem.
Yeah, I just say marriage. That's my end.
So that means I see you and Sugar Bomb at the altar.
I'll put you Sugar Bomb at the altar. How am I marry somebody that can't cam up?
What you mean? You know how many people get married, get catfish all the time? What are you talking about? That happens to people all the time.
I can't marry nobody with that type of mindset. She wants somebody to be a slave. You know what I'm saying?
Leave me going laughing.
Yeah, she wants somebody to be a slave.
Leave me going laughing all the day.
I'm asking, if she cam up, I might think about marrying it, but she got to pay all the bills.
Mr. Sugar Bomb? So you gonna be Mr. Sugar Bomb?
Listen, the way Sugar Bomb talk, I'm gonna be a house husband. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a house husband. The way she talk, I'm gonna be a house husband. I'm a sweet.
How do you want to be a house husband? You ain't gonna be no house.
She talk like she want to be the boss. She say, "Hey, it's Sugar Bomb. Hakeem better bring that 30K ring." You mean?
No, I'm telling you that 30K ring. Then you talking about that 30K?
Hey, girl, I could go right here to the flea market and get a $30 ring. That's all.
Thank you. That look like 30K.
Yeah, that look like 30K. You know them diamonds all fake now. They don't even got real diamonds anymore. They circulating them fake diamonds in the system.
Oh, I can't. Don't talk about that. You don't talk about that. You go get K jewelry and all them on going bankruptcy. No, but that's facts. They don't. Yeah. They don't have real diamonds like that anymore.
Listen, K Jewelers and all the jewelers, they all owned by one company. They all going out of business, and I'm happy too.
They are.
I'm happy because of them blood diamonds. I'm happy.
So that's why it's very important, guys, for you to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Coach Radio. Shout out to Gore. Shout out to Ms. Harris Tribe Media Group. Sugar Bomb, you already know. Shout out to you. Shout out to Brownie, Just Jay, people that's watching us on Facebook. Mr. Muhammad. What happened?
Ish. There was somebody that commented. I didn't want.
Oh yeah, Ish. Yeah, it's S.
It's
yes.
S.
Shout out to you. Shout out to all you that's gonna watch us on the playback as well. Shout out to you. That's why it's so important for you guys to catch us on the live, because on the live you see we have a good time. Very short live. We don't really do normally. You know, some people do like 5 to 6 hours. I'm like,
we don't do it. That's no shot to nobody, but we don't do struggle streams. We don't do struggle streams.
5 to 6 hours. Wow. I'll be like, wow. I'll be amazed when they do that. I promise you, I'll be so amazed. I'll be like, 5 to 6 hours. I'm like, how do you guys go to the bathroom? Like, they don't even turn their mics.
Shout out. Oh, thank you, Harris Tribe Media. Thank you. We do this for y'all.
Yeah, we do. Shout out to Jordan with the topic. Jordan is the one with the topic. He's the topic guy. So shout out to him. You know what I mean? So like always, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go Heat. We out. Peace.
Peace.